return where there's an exact match.
Got it.
So there are times when you're working with numbers where an approximate match is fine. If you had a prioritized list of your best, your best CPAs, and you said, hey, look for this number in that list, and the number was $11.07, you could find the number that was closest to that, like 1150, and return the keyword associated with that. So sometimes when you're using something like this, that's actually okay. But in this case, logically, we want the exact match, and if it doesn't match, we want to know that it's trying to approximate.
So, and then you would just drag that down with the copy and paste, and it would look up every row, right?
Yeah, with one exception. I need to put the dollar signs in again.
Right.
Because the table that is over here on the right side,
it's static.
is never going to move. So if this moves down, I don't want to have it look at this data.
Yes, I get it.
You know. So then I'm going to expand it and let's see if it worked. So East Village should be City West, and sure enough it is. Lincoln Park, City North, and sure enough it is. And I'll try another one towards the bottom. Garfield Park, City South, and there it is.
Cool. This all takes a little while to master, but the end product is you could have organized 10,000 keywords with the exact township locations and put them in the exact right ad groups in no more than a minute or two.
Right.
Got it.
To show one more thing about how cool this is, you know, if for some reason the zip code was important to me instead, I could just switch it from
cool.
3 to column 2, and then I've got a whole different set of data.
Yep.
That's going right in there.
We're following you.
Yep.
We being me, but I'm thinking my audience is.
So that's pretty cool.
And what's the concatenate advanced tip?
Well, there's something that comes up from time to time that's a really advanced use of the concatenate function, and it deals with destination URLs. And I thought I'd go over it quickly, even though it's pretty much a lot to handle, I think. But if you get a basic idea and you get this file and you need to do this, you could just plug it in. I'll basically hand everyone who's listening to this a template so that they can do something like this. And large advertisers that have a proprietary backend very typically use destination URLs like I'm about to show you. So if I can zoom in a little bit here, we'll see these are now columns that describe ad data that could be updated right into AdWords Editor on the Ads tab instead of on the Keywords tab.
Okay.
Fair enough there. So we have a similar set of...
But by the way, if anybody's not using AdWords Editor, it's a free download. And you want to just pull up AdWords Editor for a second and show them where these tabs are just so that, just real quick so people can see?
To go to AdWords Editor?
Just real quick if you pull it up so they can see which tabs you're talking about.
Okay.
Unless you have something...
Are you able to see that right now?
I am. Yeah. Oh, and you're actually looking at my alpaca thing. That's perfect. Okay. So he's just talking about if you click on the Ads tab, which is what he has clicked, you can actually take the data that he's working with and you can import the whole thing all at once right into this tab.
Right here where it says make multiple changes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how you get from Excel into AdWords Editor. And then you upload it all back to Google, and it's all done in one shot. It's really amazingly fast. If you're not using the AdWords Editor, you don't know what you're missing. It will become your new best friend. So go ahead.
Great. So if we were to copy any individual ad out of there, the headlines the data would be what you see up here. So that's where I got that stuff from. So I created some sample ads, 2 sets of them, because we always want to be split testing, for the sample set of keywords and ad groups that were created. All of these are the normal column headers that you need to upload ads. Then we get into this information in gray. These are the typical things that go into a tracking URL on the back end. You have the URL stem, and then usually you're looking for what platform, Google, Yahoo, MSN. Geo-targeting, usually it's based on country or state. In this case, I'm assuming it's all going to be USA. But there could be another campaign sitting out there that's for Canada, dealing with Toronto neighborhoods and Montreal neighborhoods. And then the campaign, which is Garden Club Expansion, and the ad group, and the keyword, the match type, and the ad variation.
Let me just jump in here for a second. So what Rob is about to do is, in case you don't realize, on a URL, when you put a question mark at the end of a URL and then you start to put pairs of information, so it'll go suchandsuch.com question mark, and you will see platform equals Google, campaign equals Garden Club Expansion, and city equals North. You'll see a whole set of pairs separated with the ampersand. What Google is letting you do is pass that information into the landing page, and there are a lot of landing page scripts that might pick that up and do something with it, or at minimum, you will be able to record all that information you'll be able to record in your opt-in form or anything like that for tracking purposes. So Rob is about to show you how you, rather than having to construct all those URLs by hand, which can be very tedious, how you could construct thousands of them automatically with Excel.
And oftentimes when I'm doing this,